Hello, I'm here again, and this time we're gonna do a little thrift haul. Most of the things are from Vinted. I got the things separated into two categories. First category we're gonna do is Vinted, and then everything else that I got from thrift stores or from other websites. Most of the things are kind of vintage inspired or actual vintage pieces. I also got a few of those. I think I'm gonna mention the price of a few of the things, probably not of everything. I don't have everything in my head right now, but most of the things I buy are quite on the cheap side. I usually don't buy super expensive things. Hello. Okay, yeah, she's gonna stay here. I have a feeling she's gonna stay here. I do personally usually shop on Vinted Austria because I am literally living here, and Vinted Austria is connected with Italy and with France, which is very, very nice. It wasn't like this a few years ago. They just connected us to other countries quite recently, and there's just so much more nice things on there to much better prices. So first of all, by the way, it's a lot of things, I know. Most of the things, I don't know if I already said it, are vintage inspired or actually vintage. I already said that, yeah. I also have quite big difficulty talking today for some reason, like pronouncing stuff. Anyway, the things I'm going to show you, I know it's very much. All of this stuff, I did not buy this in one day or 1 week. This is stuff that I have bought since last autumn. Let's say since October, November, December, January, February, almost half a year of thrifting. So let's start with this one. It's a very nice, basic. It's a Uniqlo 100% wool pullover, and it's in this nice dark grey color. It's a very nice basic, and it's very warm, and because it's 100% wool, it's very breathable, which for sweaters, cardigans, pullovers, I started to limit myself to only buy cotton or wool blends. No polyester anymore because I cannot have it on my skin. It doesn't work out for me personally. I also don't really like the thought of having so many polyester clothes that just will never degrade. Like, they will be around forever, break down into microplastics, and I personally just don't like that thought. So when thrifting, I prefer natural fibers very much. This one is a more expensive piece. It's also a sweater, a pullover from Cézanne, La Maille Cézanne. I have no idea if that's how it's pronounced. I've never learned a single word of French in my life. It's in a size small. It's this beautiful, also merino wool sweater, and it's so soft. You have to hand wash it, but wool usually doesn't get smelly or stinky very fast, so you don't have to wash it very often. Oh, the first pullover was 10 euros, I think, and this one, because it's a quite expensive brand, was 50 or 60 euros, but still a good price for it. The next piece is my absolute favorite of everything I'm going to show you. I only purchased this recently. It's this beautiful vintage cardigan. I think it's actually a vintage piece because you can see the tag here. It looks very old. I got no idea. I never heard of fashion collection made in Italy something before. It's a wool blend, 50% merino wool, 50% acrylic, which is fine for me personally. I think it was also 8 or 10 euros, and it's so beautiful. It fits with almost all of my outfits, and it's a dream. Next we got some shorts. Yes, I bought these in winter because I really like to style them with a long sweater like this one, a long loose sweater, then some shorts underneath and some special kind of tights that have either some kind of color, some special pattern or something like that. And I have black shorts just like this, but I'm just not very much into black clothing, so I wanted to have a pair of grey ones. Please go away. Please, come on. Okay, brief interruption for the next clip. Please listen closely. While trying on the grey shorts, there was a mouse inside the wall right beside me, like behind me, starting to squeak super loud. And I heard her and I went on searching her, and yeah, listen close, you're gonna hear the mouse squeaks. The next one is not really, I don't think Leo print is vintage, but I've been absolutely obsessed with Leo print recently. So I got myself 2 pieces, actually. I think both of them were 2 or 3 euros each. This one is very nice just to wear underneath anything to make it more warm. Never heard of this brand before. It's made in Portugal though, so I think it's actually quite an old piece of clothing. The tag looks also quite old, maybe from the 90s or something. I don't know. It's pretty, and I've worn this one really, really a lot already. And this one is a body from H&M. I've been thinking about maybe removing the body part down here and just making it a top. But I'm gonna keep it like this for now. I think the color is very beautiful. This is not cotton. Not everything I buy is from natural fiber, but most of it. So this was kind of a exception because I like I like the pattern so much. Okay, this is an actual vintage piece again. You can't really see it. It's very long. It's kind of a dress almost. It's another merino wool top, about 50% wool. This one is a bit hard for me to style because it's so long, so I don't really know what to do with it. I'm gonna see. I thought it was a bit shorter from the pictures that the seller uploaded, but it was also only 5 euros, I think. So if it turns out that I'm never wearing it, I'm just going to sell it again. The tag looks like this. Isabella. This one I have already worn so much. It's a basic little dark brown top. It's from Intimissimi. I have no idea about the composition of the fabric. There's no tags on it anymore. But it's a very beautiful piece, and usually the pieces from Intimissimi are, in my experience, always quite good quality, and they are also quite expensive when you buy them new. I think this was 8 or 9 euros. It wasn't super cheap compared to some of the other things, but it was okay. This next piece is not really looking very vintage, I know, but I had to put it in here because it's such a fun color. It's these pants. They are light green, and it's more of a warm light green. I have another pair of pants like these, but there's something about the shade of green, like the green gingham, that is slightly off for me, and it's a little bit too much on the cold side, so I hardly ever wore them. But I'm going to sell these and keep these instead because the fabric is also a bit more stretchy, and I tried them on. They're much more comfortable, and they have a hole back here. Wow. They have a hole on the butt. Well, good that it's very good that I notice it now and not accidentally wear it to work with a hole. I'm gonna have to fix that. These are, I think they're cotton or something. They were also about 7-8 euros. But they are originally from Bershka, so that's a fast fashion brand. They are mainly viscose and a little bit of linen in them. Okay, next piece. this amazing dress. I bought this a few days ago. It already arrived. I have already washed it. This is a cotton dress. There's a lining inside of the skirt that is polyester, but I'm thinking about maybe removing that because it's not feeling good on the skin. I bought this from a Turkish lady on Vinted, and it seems to also originally be from a Turkish boutique. I googled them and they seem to be based in Istanbul, and it's so pretty, and it was only 10 euros, so very, very cheap. And it wasn't only 10 euros for this dress because it also came with a blouse. I don't know if the color of this blouse really fits the dress necessarily, but it's also a very nice piece of clothing. It's from the same brand. It's also all cotton, so it's very, very light and very nice to wear. And it has that vintage look. It's very pretty. The only thing that's missing is pockets. I will one day, when I got the time for it, put pockets into this dress and make it perfect. Okay, we only got 2 more pieces from Vinted, and it's active wear because I do pole dance and I have a lot of active wear, but I'm also working out a lot. So this nice little sports bra from Nike was 5 euros, and it has a beautiful open back, and it's in this very nice dark brown color. And I also got a body. That was very interesting. The seller said she usually wore it for ballet, which makes sense. It has a very wide open back, which is so beautiful. It's from Abercrombie & Fitch. I have to make it a little bit smaller so it actually fits me. Like at the back, it's gaping a bit at the back. But I'm also going to wear this for pole dance. Next part is the things that I bought not on Vinted. And I'd like to start with some accessories. I only have, as accessories, I only have these earrings. They are very special. They are not any kind of special material at all. It's just plastic, very lightweight plastic. It's kind of nice to wear because they don't drag down the ear so much. It's still plastic, of course, but I wouldn't buy something like this new. But the color of them and the shape of them, they just got something that I'm obsessed about. They are quite big. I usually don't wear big earrings, but something about them just makes me love them. I don't know, I think they were 2 euros at our local thrift store. Our local thrift store in general, it's amazing. They always put the best things imaginable on sale. I recently went by and they had this kind of short coat hanging outside of the store at the sale rack for 3 euros, and I was like, wow, it's beautiful. I already have a brown and a black wool coat that are very long. I don't have a short one. So, of course, I picked it up. It's my size too. It is from Pimki, so it's from a fast fashion brand, but it also has a slight percentage of wool in it, which makes it very cozy and warm. For 3 euros, it was a really good investment, especially considering how much I paid for my other more vintage coats that I have. Okay, let's continue with things from the local thrift store. This beautiful jacket. I think it's a very old piece from H&M because the tag looks like it's quite old. It's not a modern H&M tag. It's this pinstripe dark brown jacket, and I have been looking for something exactly like this for quite a long time. When I saw this, I was like, okay, I have to take it. It was a bit more expensive. I think it was 15 euros, but it was also my size. It fits me perfectly, and it's just so beautiful. So I'm very happy with it. Okay, let's continue with a few things from Sellpy. I don't know, I know they are a thing in Germany and in a few other countries. I think also in the more Nordic countries, but probably not every one of you knows them. I got this blouse from Sellpy last autumn. It's a pure silk blouse. It has a hole. I swear that wasn't there when I bought it. Do I have moths in my closet? Oh, never mind. This beautiful silk blouse. It's 100% silk and it is actually a vintage piece. Just have to look at the tag to see that it's vintage. They don't do tags like this anymore. I have not worn it a lot because silk is very cold. It's very nice for summer, so I mainly bought it for summer. And it has these beautiful embroidery details on the buttonholes and on the collar, which just, that's such a nice little detail. And I don't know if I already said it, but I think it was only about 10 euros. It was very, very cheap. The thing with silk is you can't wash it in the washing machine. You have to hand wash it and then lay it flat to dry. But it's totally worth it. It feels so nice on the skin. We'll wear this a lot in summer. Next thing from Sellpy is this dress. It's cotton, so it feels very good. It's more of a summer dress, so I haven't worn it a lot, but I think it was under 10 euros, maybe like around 8-9 euros. And it's so beautiful, a little short dress. And the last piece is a blouse, another one. This one is cotton, I think cotton and linen? No. This one is 100% cotton, so it's also very light and very nice to wear. It's in a beautiful beige color, which I very, very much like. The only thing that bothers me a bit is that the arms are cut very low. So it's huge armholes and it's a little bit annoying when you're lifting up your arms. It was only 3 euros and that's also the reason why I kept it, because I haven't really come around to doing it, but I'm just going to sew them a little bit smaller and it's not going to be a big deal. And I just think like the front part is very beautiful. Okay, that's it. That is my very, very big haul. I just gotta say one thing that I really had to realize when I moved into this old house here with no functioning real heating except for the old oven, is that you really have to choose good sweaters of good material, because this is the only thing that's going to keep you warm and comfortable and not drench you in sweat or make your armpits sweat and stink. So this winter I really tried to buy a few nice wool, vintage or secondhand things. I would only personally buy wool when I know that the brand can source it somehow ethically, which is very hard to find for a reasonable price. And that's why I thrift most of my clothes, because this way I can afford really nice, good quality pieces without going bankrupt, especially now that I need most of my money for renovation in here. Do you have any special experiences with Vinted or with other kinds of, or with other ways of thrifting? Then please share them with me. I've personally always had very good experiences on Vinted. I've never been scammed or anything. I'm also selling a lot on there. It's always worked out great for me personally. Okay, yeah, that's it. I'm not going to talk any longer. The cat is asleep too now. So goodbye.